Hello, what is up? Welcome back to my channel where we're talking about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair care. All jokes aside, in order to justify one of my impulsive buys, today I'll be reviewing the James Welsh and Wish Trend Winter Skin Saver set, which came out a while ago. As much as I hate to admit it, I've been putting this video off for like the longest time just because I didn't really want to look back at how bad my skin was. I was waiting for my skin to clear up, and honestly that was just an excuse to procrastinate. I hope by sharing this I can help someone out struggling with the same issue by directing them to who I consider like a skincare god, aka James Welsh, the man himself. If graphic images of acne disturb you, I suggest you just skip this part because what I'm about to show isn't really for the faint of heart. I can't even put into words how bad my skin was. Not only was I experiencing active breakouts and inflammation, but I was also facing dehydration, and just my overall skin barrier was severely compromised. My skin was really tight and it really hurt to smile, and I had a lot of cysts, so sometimes I couldn't even sleep on one side. I bought this kit with the intent of helping me combat the Canadian winter, but I was really shocked by the result. Nowhere in this kit did it say that it would help alleviate my acne or help me with my skin concern, but the results that it brought me, oh my goodness.
So this is what we're starting off with. I don't know how well the camera is picking it up, but hopefully you can see how dehydrated, tight, and severely compromised my skin was. Underneath makeup, it didn't look bad, but it also wasn't great. You can see how badly congested it was by looking at my texture. So this is my skin after a week. Because I introduced way too many new products at the same time, my skin broke out hella. As you can see, my forehead is really bad, but despite that, my skin texture surprisingly improved and it wasn't as dry and tight compared to the first week. And then 2 weeks later, I'm not really sure what's picking up red on camera, but it was mostly brown. The leftover damage, if you will, was mostly hyperpigmentation and post-inflammatory erythema. Hopefully you can see a difference in my skin texture. It sort of has a glowy, oily look, if you will. And then this was taken just a little over 3 weeks, and I wasn't really making the best lifestyle choices just because there was a lot of parties and a lot of drinking involved. But even though there were active breakouts, I think my overall complexion and the parts that don't have acne look generally healthy, like to me anyways. This was my skin after the 4-week mark, and I feel like this is where I saw the most dramatic difference. The redness went down by a lot, and all that was left over was scarring and hyperpigmentation. And then these last few clips are my final result. Not perfect, but for someone who is chronically struggling with acne, it wasn't bad, especially after considering how bad my skin initially looked like.
So what my routine consisted of: in the morning I kept it relatively simple just because I am really lazy. I don't want to sit there for like an hour just patting stuff onto my face, so I narrowed it down to 3 products. So I would splash my face with cold water, and then after that follow up with a toner, and then after the toner I would go into the oil, and then the sunscreen that I was using at the time was the CosRX Aloe Soothing Sunscreen, which is really nice and thick, perfect for the winter time. And then in the nighttime, I would go in with my oil cleanser. This kit didn't come with a water-based cleanser, so I just used what I had on hand, which was the CosRX Low pH cleanser. And then I went in with the toner, the oil, and then the mugwort cream. I didn't really want to play around with the PHA exfoliating cream too much, just because my skin was really irritated and I didn't want to sensitize it anymore. So I only used it about once a week. The sheet mask really pulled through though. I became obsessed with the I believe it was the deep hydrating mask by Wish Trend, and it was so good. It provided like the intense hydration my skin was craving, but without like bombarding my skin with like heavy thick emollients. It was really lightweight and my skin just felt really supple and smooth. As far as like the ultra calming sheet mask, I wasn't really a fan of that. Like maybe I'm allergic to one of the ingredients, but my skin just didn't really react well to that product. Something I also really like from this kit was the acne stickers. These acne stickers are really transparent. They're lightweight. I prefer to use them in the daytime just because they're a little bit more discreet. It's barely detectable in the human eye, which I really like. In the nighttime, I tend to gravitate towards like the hydrocolloid bandages from Band-Aid, and I just cut them according to like the size of my pimple. I find that they just like absorb so much more, and they're just like more cost effective, at least for me anyways. Some stuff that I repurchased from the line, I went ahead and bought another one of the I'm From Rice toner. What James recommends doing is like after the shower while your skin is still damp to apply this. After incorporating this stuff into my routine, like my skin is just so much more supple. This product in particular gives you like instant brightening effects. I won't go into detail about like what each product does because I feel like he does like a really great job of doing that in his channel. I wasn't really using a toner beforehand, and I just pretty much fell in love with this one. And then I also went ahead and repurchased the Claire's Black Deep Cleansing Oil. Now the cleansing oil that I was using previously was the one from the Face Shop, and I found that with that one, every time I use it around the eye area, it was really irritating and it stung. This doesn't do that at all. However, I find that if you are wearing like really thick makeup, maybe it's just my powder foundation specifically, but I found that I had to use more. I just had to work the product a little bit more, and it took a little more effort to dissolve. Before I end the video, I want to say a special thanks to James. Like without his YouTube channel, my skin would probably be in a completely different state. I'm not saying that my skin is perfect right now because I am genetically predispositioned to acne. I have a bunch of like active breakouts, but without his channel and just his content, like I feel the state of my skin would just be in a completely different level. I would still probably be exfoliating my skin every single day, which is really bad. Not only are his videos very informative, but it's also unbiased, and he also just makes skincare really fun and really easy to digest. So thank you. From this whole thing and just experimenting with my skin with these new products, I learned the importance of layering my skincare, especially in the like winter/fall time. Before, I would just rely on one product to give me like all the moisturizing benefits I needed, but that's not really the case. That's it from me. Thanks for watching until the very end. If you found this video helpful or informative, please help me out by pressing the like button and consider subscribing down below. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Stay safe. Bye.